everyone, it's a snowy Sunday here. Kind of stuck in the house, although I may need to walk to the store a little bit. Not far, so no biggie. But anyway, early morning, and I was just pondering after watching a few things online last night about, well, internet trolls. And I thought I'd talk about, how I handle them. Of course, I turn them into a joke. And if you watch some of my videos, you've seen me turn some of these into jokes. What are they? Well, you have this robot, which is sort of that guy that, you know, almost immediately runs into your posts and say, open your toys, open your toys. And it's like, dude, they just came in the door. I was just showing you what I got. Oh, and Strange's hand is in the way. I'm getting ready to shoot that here in a little while. But let me move Strange. You know, and I saw these guys, I saw them on message boards, I saw them, you know, on other things, and I mean, they would be on comments on YouTube, and I would be like, oh my god. You know, first off, give the guy a chance to breathe when I get a new toy, man. So I got this guy. He's obsessed with Robot Batman, which I thought was a ridiculous looking figure, but I thought it fit perfectly, and you know, I made him that guy. So you might know this one of I've got hands. That's pretty character specific. I've been using them less and less, you know, but still fun to do. The Street Shark, maybe a little too on point. It's those passive aggressive types that, you know, say something and then run. Yeah. Specifically blaming people who have no reason to be blamed. So, you know, I just thought it would be fun to do that. There's Hordak. Everybody knows Hordak. He's your basic internet troll. You know, he's the one that's, you know, does the most common trolling types and, you know, says the most trolling things, and that's his whole purpose. And, you know, I just kind of think up things that a troll would say, and I think they become troll like Hordak's dialogue. It's a funny thing, and I enjoy it. I don't know about you. This clown is your, you know, those guys who turn into rabid dogs, rabid chihuahuas, and they just keep coming and put in 100-word salad post, and just half of it is completely incoherent and are basically stupid. Yeah, those guys. That's him. You know, I've only had him around once or twice, but, you know, that one's a little bit, I would say labor intensive. Then there's this guy. He's all the evil of the internet rolled into one little thing, and he wants to destroy all social media, which might be a good thing. I don't know. And then you got the evil clones he made over there of AJ and Hordak, which was kind of a joke, but no, they don't represent anything, but, you know, they're kind of funny. And I forgot his girlfriend, Rhonda, who is like your average sock puppet. So there we go. Anyhow, so what is the purpose of all this? Is to tell you, I mean, I make a joke out of people's drama, and I have a ball with it. It's fun. It's really fun for me to do. And the more they go, the more I make fun of them. It's just easy. And, you know, see? It killed him. Right there. Even right in front of you. Right in front of your eyes, it killed one of the evils of the internet. And there we go. So yeah, you know, and, well, why did I bring all this up? Well, I mean, there was some really overly dramatic stuff brought up in the past week or so, which was really weird. And then there were mean things said, and I'm just sitting here watching it all unfold. And, you know, sometimes I interject myself, sometimes I don't. Not because I'm a dog pilot or anything, but, you know, what's right is right, and what's stupid is stupid, and some of the stupid shit needs to be called out. And when I see stupid shit needs to be called out, I go, hey, yo, calling you out. But at the same time, it's like, I sit and I wonder what these guys think they are accomplishing with this kind of behavior. I mean, you got people being loud as hell until they get in a situation where they're in the same room with the person and suddenly they can't look the person in the eye. What's up? Why? Why even start being a keyboard warrior if that's how you're going to act? I mean, and no, I'm not saying start a fight or anything. I'm saying, you know, it seems to me you at least be brave enough to stand your ground on what you say. And that seems like an abnormal thing. And then there is, like, the really dumb ones that just go off and then say the stupidest shit. And when it's like, dude, that's not real. And it's like, yeah, it is. And you just can't deal with them. And I don't know, is it something mental? Is it something sociological? I can't really wrap my head around why people behave in this manner, because it doesn't benefit them. If anything, it hurts them. You know, sometimes it's like, oh, well, you're hating the guy that I hate, so I'll join you. You get a little bit of short-term lift from it, but then it kind of goes south. And you're kind of sitting there going, why are my views down? Why is everything down? It's like, well, yeah, you kind of made yourself look bad. And, you know, I don't understand it. I mean, if you want me to name drop, I mean, Viper Allen's the best example because he's such a tool and such an ass. I mean, and he was striking down Instagram accounts and tried to strike down YouTube channels. And it's like, he's been quiet for the past bit, but you know he's going to come back at some point. And, you know, there's several others in the field, but, you know, every one of them are just god-awful people. I mean, I'm good at separating the person from what they present. And then I watch what they present, and it's like, that's kind of dull and boring, and there's nothing really to it, and da-da. So, it then makes me go, okay, why are you acting this way? Because you have nothing to present. You know, and again, you know, some people want to say, oh, look at their sub count. Well, you know, look at the engagement percentage. And, you know, it's not like my engagement percentage is too fantastical, but it's not terrible either. At the same time, you know, I just wonder what they think they gain from it. You know, I really get confused by the behavior, because ultimately there is no gain. I've seen it happen so many times, so many levels. It's just on and on and on and on. And usually your best case scenario is the person you attack comes out a little better on it. So, you know, why did you bother to do that? And it, you know, there is that magic echo chamber that some people live in, and that helps out a lot. You know, and that's hard to get around, because, you know, when you're friends with people, you want to, you know, kind of go similar directions, but it's like, okay, you know, I can name drop on this. There's Ryan from 3POA. I consider him a friend. He hates Masters of the Universe. I love Masters of the Universe. Absolutely love it. You know, and I've made a joke or two with him about Masters of the Universe, and he's made a joke or two to me about Masters of the Universe. Like, okay. But that he doesn't influence me on Masters of the Universe. I don't influence him. If he ever wanted to talk about it, I'll be glad to sit down and talk with him about it. But, it's one of those things that, and, he's made jokes at me about Masters of the Universe, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I've made jokes back, no big deal. It's funny because, I see people making jokes about toy lines, and it's like, they get all bent out of shape. As Chad says, another one of my friends, I'm name dropping my friends, cause I'll get to Chad in a second. But as Chad says, people marry themselves to these IPs, and then they can't, anything bad said about them. Oh no, you're evil. I don't care what you say about Masters. Tila was the easiest one to grab, by the way. I didn't think that part of this conversation through. I didn't realize, oh yeah, I need a sample. And again, it's like, it's not a big deal. You don't like Marvel Legends? Fine. I like Marvel, not Hasbro, so I do still collect Marvel Legends. No biggie. You like G.I. Joe Classified? Great. I think it's a square peg in a round hole. I have some, yeah, but, it's still a square peg in a round hole. And doesn't really do it for me. I do have some just to kind of hang out with my Action Force. I do think I really like Action Force. I mean, what can I say? A lot of people don't like wrestling. Fine. A lot of people don't like old school wrestling. Fine. Again, it's choices. It's, and I guess I do see on some levels there is that, oh, this new shiny, oh, I gotta chase this. And one of the things I like about Chad, and he's somewhat like me. He doesn't have to chase a new shiny. I like some of them, not all of them, so I don't have to chase them all. I can be discerning and decide what I feel is appropriate for me, and that works out. And Chad's similar. He's more of a G.I. Joe guy, Transformers. I have my Optimus Prime. I want to get a Megatron that matches him, and I might get that Devastator they're putting out just because it kind of looks cool. And they're spacing it out so that you can buy it all separately. So that might be something I'll look into. But at the same time, I don't have to, and nobody's made me. Nobody was like going, oh, well, I need that Devastator. I'm like, I need that too. That was my decision when they showed it. I was like, oh, that might be actually pretty cool. Well, I might try to get that. And, I have a few Transformers. I actually have some other ones too. Starscream. Yeah, I have a Coronation Starscream. I got it Ollie's because I thought that was overpriced, but I thought that Ollie's price was great. So I picked it up. And, yeah, I mean, there are a few Transformers here and there. But, I'm not a huge Transformers fan. Like the cartoon better than the Joe cartoon, but that's about it. But at the same time, I'm not being influenced by anybody to do that. It's my own decisions. And I guess that's what I guess that's where I'm going with this, is why is it we think why people won't think for themselves, apparently. They go with a crowd. They dive in to a community. And they think they have to be what that community says it has to be. And to me, that's the other thing, is that I already dealt with that, and it was always weird to me. The old message board days, it was always weird to me. It was like everybody tried to follow instead of just make up their own mind. It was in Star Wars, it was in Joe, the Anniversary Collection, heavily. It was heavily in both of those. And it was like, I'll never forget, this is a weird one, when I used to have a website and post the reviews, I did a comparison of City Strike Snake Eyes, which came out with the Rise of Cobra line, and these guys, which was fucking awesome. And I had all these points, like, you know, I thought the arms on the City Strike Snake Eyes were weird, and this happened on his tank too. It's probably still there if you dig hard enough. I mean, I don't know. I didn't try to go look. I might try to go look for this video just to see. It was one of the weirdest exchanges I ever had. But, you know, the arms were weird and lanky. The proportions were off. You know, you didn't have a lot of options because the Pursuit of Cobra Snake Eyes had a swappable head. You could go Ninja or Commando, whichever one you wanted. I'd like that option. There were some other things. You know, the proportions were better on the Pursuit of Cobra, etc., etc., etc. And so I posted this on many message boards, and one of them was his tank. And some guy just out of the blue goes, "Man, you know, sorry, City Strike Snake Eyes is better." And I'm like, "Well, you care to explain why?" And I figured I'd hear something. You know, because I have listed all the reasons I think that this one is better. So you please go ahead and list your reasons why. The response was, "Because he's the bee's knees." I went, "And that's it? That's all you got? The bee's knees? I mean, am I hearing this correctly?" So, at essence, I realized this guy had nothing to say. And, I mean, it was just trolling to troll. That's all it was. I mean, that's what. Of course, it's his tank, so you know that's a given. But at the same time, I mean, I sit here and I look at people who try to fall into what the community, and I'm using that as a dirty word, Chad, in case you're listening to this, what the community says, and it's like, I see the same pattern all over again. I'm just saying this because that's what everybody else says, not because I actually believe it. Fine, whatever. You know, not gonna be me. You're gonna hate me, and that's fine. But you're hating me over toys, and that's stupid. It's sort of like, you know, the friend I had who unfriended me on Facebook because I like Action Force. Give me a fucking break. That is the most ridiculous reason to unfriend someone ever. Of course, now I realize he wasn't a real friend, but hey, you know, live and learn. I don't know why you stay in touch with somebody for that long of a time and only to pull something stupid like that. Oh wait, money. Forgot. It was out money. Yeah, and I even said to him, "You want to go following this guy? You really want to go follow him?" I'm sure he's still making money, but you know. Yeah, so it amazes me how dumb we all get and how stupid we all get over toys. Yeah. And you know what? It could be sports. It could be anything. I mean, it's the same shit, different day. And you know, you gotta wonder. You really gotta wonder, is it human nature or is it just, you know, something wrong with the individuals? And end of the day, you just gotta decide that one for yourself. So, yeah, I'm rambling, guys. I'm sorry. I had a direction when this was going in and it went the other, but actually I think it went in a better direction. So I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff, and you guys take care.